All right, well, Reggie, I got to tell you, man, maybe you should go out of town a little more often because the Twins, listen, the Twins were red hot while you were away. They swept the Oakland A's without the help of Byron Buxton and Carlos Correa. Both of those guys look to return any day now. They're 7-3 in their last 10, 3 games up on the Guardians for first place in the Central. To go on a nice little streak like they have with their two best players would be one thing. But Reggie, to be
Mm-hmm.
missing your foundational players and still have enough depth to find a way to win some games in Major League Baseball is pretty fun to watch. I know you've been gone a while, so you're welcome to spitball here, get anything off your chest you've been waiting to say about the Twins play this last week. But I'm also curious who you've been most impressed with when it comes to these young depth pieces that have filled in that could have a big role on the team down the stretch.
I mean, I'm impressed with them all. You talk about Selly, you talk about Miranda, Royce Lewis coming in to play. Like, it's amazing to see that, early on in the season, you got a next man up mentality and it's just working out. Usually, you say next man up and it's just like, okay, you're just trying to inspire confidence. Next man up, it doesn't
Yep.
stop. We still got a job to do. And it's just like, okay, yeah, like we get it. But like there is, a significant drop off from a player like Byron Buxton to the next guy, from a player like, you know, Carlos Correa to the next guy, even though Royce Lewis is expected to be like a pretty big deal one day. And so you look at things like that and you're just like, wow, like, guys like Polanco playing big. You got the pitching staff doing well. Sonny Gray was great the other day. You got, even Rocco, you got guys stepping in for Rocco because he's dealing with COVID. And it's just
Right.
like, goodness gracious, like just all across the board. And I was reading about it a little bit ago, and so many people expected that there would be maybe some freak and just nagging injuries to start the season, just because like you had this lockout,
Mm-hmm.
and guys were probably working out, staying in shape and all that stuff, but usually you get like a long spring training to kind of like shake the cobwebs out
Mm-hmm.
and really kind of get in a groove and all that. And I think that's a lot of what we've seen with some of the struggles from Carlos Correa. And, before the injury, he was starting to pick it up a bit, but he did not have a spring training with a new team, after being with the Astros for as long as he was. And now, you're trying to like get adjusted to a new team, to your new environment, new ball club, all of that, and really try to produce. And there's a little bit of pressure because you kind of brought it with you with the championship pedigree that you hold. And so it's just like, well, what's up? Like, what are you gonna do? And he did not have that full spring training to do what he did, to do what he is expected to do. And it's tough because then you get this freaking injury just out of nowhere, getting hit by the pitch, and now you're like, dang, like derailing some of the progress and some of the momentum that he was starting to build. And I think it's tough, but I mean, kudos to the Twins, man. What is it, like 14 out of the last 17
Yes,
that they've
sir.
won?
Yep.
And I think it's just super impressive to see that, Byron Buxton goes out. Oh, that's all good. We'll keep winning. Correa goes out. Okay, we'll keep winning. Paddock maybe headed to the injured list with his elbow. Sonny Gray on the injured list for a while. He comes back, picks right back up. And it's just this next man up mentality. They've embraced it, and I mean, it's the athletics. So like,
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, but they are still a professional baseball team. So
Exactly.
let's not disrespect them in that regard. But I mean, you play against the team that you are supposed to beat, because this is a season in which so many people have leveled high championship expectations on this team. And they started off all slow, and you're just like, dang man, the bullpen, dang man, the bats are supposed to be better, what's going on? And then all of a sudden they're like, no, we're here. It was just us. We were a little sleepy at first. It's all good, we're awake now, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing now. And it's exciting to watch. And you just wonder how long that they can sustain something like this, because after a while, the dog days of summer and the grind day in and day out, like, you're going to need your guys to be healthy. You're going to need your guys to be consistent. because, like I said, with these championship expectations, you're hoping that guys are going to be around to do what it is that you expect them to do, and the competition gets a little bit more stiff. Now you're going to play the Astros, and you guys have the same record as these guys coming into this series. And so it's like, okay, the competition is going to start picking up a little bit. You do expect the White Sox to be better. They've been, I don't know what's going on with them. The Guardians, I'm not sure that you expected the Guardians to be close to the top of the division. Like, they, with all the pieces that they lost, you're like, I guess, and so I think you're expecting the competition to heat up a little bit more, and what you hope is that the Twins can rise to the occasion continually.
You look at these young but highly talented pieces getting valuable playing time. I mean, you just cannot put a price on this playing time, getting swings in the box, getting reps out in the field. Royce Lewis, number 1 overall pick. Nick Gordon, top 5. Alex Kirilloff, top 15. Trevor Larnach, I know he's banged up right now, but went on the field producing, top 20 overall pick. I mean, that's a great young nucleus of talent that's just now starting to grow together, all under the age of 25. Then you add in those core pieces like Buxton and Correa. Man, pretty cool to see develop right before our eyes for sure.
And I think what's cool too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just a real quick aside. I think what's cool too is I think the Twins, even more than like the Reds. It was funny when the Reds are in Cincinnati and they got Louisville or whatever, and they can just call the guys up from Kentucky to just come and play. I think that's a luxury for them. But what's also interesting is, like, I think the Twins have a great luxury in that they got these guys playing in St. Paul. So, like, bringing them up to the majors isn't really a big deal because, like, they're just coming like a few miles down the road to play. So, like, they're already comfortable in their environment because they didn't have to move much. And, maybe there's something to be said about that.
I don't know if you saw it, but up on ESPN, they have a stock watch of all 32 MLB teams where were projected at the beginning of the season to where they are now through the almost the first 30 games. Twins are ranked 15th with a simulation of 82 wins, and they're giving them a 37% chance of making the playoffs. They're ranked behind the White Sox, oddly, as well, who ESPN has the 13th best team. Kind of a fun little piece just to compare and contrast a little bit. Any initial thoughts or takeaways from ESPN's newest rankings? Agree, disagree, don't really care?
Yeah, I think it's cool to see, 15th, like, and this is the thing, to have a great farm system is sustained success for years and years to come. And what you want to see is, for some of the years that have been kind of dogged, that have been kind of just like, dang, man, like, are they ever going to win a playoff game again? You would hope to see, like, if you're ranked 15th like that you would have guys that come up that do affect change long term for this Twins team and have a chance to have sustained success. Like I said, like, that's exciting. If I'm a Twins fan, like, I'm excited because I'm like, okay, they're drafting well, they're developing well, and hopefully we get to see a lot of these guys up in the major league level one day, making a huge difference, making a big impact on this small market team, being a team that can compete for championships year in and year out.
Again, I know the White Sox are still a couple spots ahead of the Twins, but in the rankings, ESPN dropped them 7 spots down to 13.
Wow.
Twins are up 3 spots up to 15, and the Guardians aren't far behind. They're at 19. They're up 2 spots. So just kind of interesting to see nationally where the experts kind of rank this AL Central division.